Alright guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to build our template part 2. If you missed the part 1 or any of the previous video, please check out the link in the below so you can follow through the rest of this training series, which will take you to the page where I have all the videos you would need to create yourself the My Short URL system. So without further ado, let's go back to our folder in here where we only have one file, index file. If we were to access that, it's only going to show template files. Not very exciting, I know. So let's build more upon this, which we already have created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our file, which is right here, and add our template for our My Short URL system. So I already have it on the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste it in here, and then we can walk through all of the code that I just pasted. So here it is. And the reason why I'm doing that, just to save time. I'm sure you don't want to see me typing all this stuff. It could be quite annoying, to be honest, because I don't want, when I'm watching a video, I don't want somebody literally going line by line and typing it in there. If that was the case, I would have taken a typing course, not a coding. I want to know what's going on, and I can type it later on. And speaking of later on, if you wanted to download these files, once again, like I said before, you can click on the link below where you will be able to see all the videos and also download all the files that we will need for our system. So let's walk through this step by step, all the code for the body. So the first line of container, actually before we do that, let's look at our page, what it looks like right now. So if I refresh this now, and now you will see at the top where it says My Short URL System, then we have a field called reference name, then we have a field called long URL, and then also followed by short URL where our URL will be displaying, where someone can add it, custom URL, or they can click on this button to create a short URL code like we saw in the intro video. And then this is where when everything's said and done, meaning when we process this information and send it to PHP and then add it to our MySQL database, and then this is what is going to be showing in here, the short URL path. And then we have this button called if you want to create another one. So this is exactly what we just typed in here. So let me walk you through step by step. So this line of code obviously is just a H2 heading that says, hey, this is my short URL system. And then we have 2 line breaks, and then this part, and I have made it very easy for you guys where you can literally follow through it, and I put like some comments in here, block where it starts and where it ends. So far as the reference name block goes, this is the line of code. It starts from here, and then actually let me fix that for you. So this is the block of code that puts the box where it says reference name, and this block of code is part of the bootstrap, which we added in the previous video. So this is just the name, and then the class ID that I'm putting in here is called ref name. So if I want to access the particular field value, I'm just going to refer to it in our JavaScript, this name for the class. And then for our long URL, this is the block of code, and then this is the class ID that I will use to access the value of this particular input field. And then let's scroll down, and in here we have our short URL code, and then also in here there's a little, this particular section, basically what that does is it's just a tooltip. If you hover your mouse over it, it's going to show a tooltip with the title text being like, hey, click here. All of this will show up as a tooltip. And then that will be it. And then for this particular thing, this is the auto URL code, which we'll be using later on. And then we have 2 line breaks, and then we have a button that's called save. And for the save button, we have a class ID of btn_save. And then post post short URL, like I said before, this will be called when we have our short URL go to the PHP process, create a short URL, save it into the database, and bring that back into the Ajax call, where it was like, hey, this is the short URL we just created. You can click on it to copy it. So this is the block of code that will display the short URL where it will be entered in this field. And then when this is the class ID, which is this new short URL, and when someone clicks on it, this particular line of code is going to automatically highlight it, so they can right click copy or control C to copy it. And then followed by at the very end, it's going to show this button, which has the button ID of btn new. Is going to say, hey, do you want to create another short URL? If the person says yes, they can click on this button, and then it's going to start the process again as it did before. So I will conclude the video in here. Where we have created this template. So let me show you. So we have templates created here, which right now looks very odd because we have the top portion where a person can enter stuff in, and then we have the bottom portion where the person will see after that. So what we want to do is, in the next video, we will add a JavaScript portion where on screen load is only going to show the top portion where a person can, all of this until say where a person can look at it, only this section, and the bottom section where it's a short URL and create another one, that will be hidden. That will be only shown once they have created a short URL. So I will see you guys in the next video.